Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm Valerie Z, the founder of Spiritual Cardio, a 10-week group coaching program that teaches women how to make peace with their inner truth and practice self-love, where we heal in community by interrogating our inner demons until they lose power over us. I'm bringing you the powerful spiritual practices that helped birth my transformation because I want the same for you. I'm going to teach you how to build a love story with yourself and your inner child. So let's go. Hey, you guys, this is Valerie Z, and this is the Spiritual Cardio Podcast. Before we get started, I wanted to please ask you, if you're loving this content, please make sure to subscribe and share the show. Thank you for coming back, and most importantly, thank you for showing up for yourself. In leveling up, you not only raise your vibe, but you help lift the vibes around you. This episode is about spirituality. But before I start, I have to preface this one with the fact that I was never spiritual before. I wasn't raised in a religious or strong faith-filled background. I started practicing spirituality in, I believe it was 2017, and it's transformed my life. It's a powerful healing tool. It doesn't just heal you, it renews you and it elevates you. Spirituality helps tap into the joy that's already within you. The more you let go, the deeper the feeling of sincere joy becomes. You feel a presence of warmth coat your heart. You start to feel a deep appreciation for all that you are. Practicing meditation is mercy for your mind. Doing it daily starts a snowball effect of transformation. And meditation isn't about control. It's about releasing control. You allow your thoughts to flow and pass through. It's not about stopping them, judging, or containing them. You simply let them be, and they pass. And in letting them pass, your mind will slow down. Meditation is about choosing to let go. It's not hard. That's what people like to tell themselves. But it is a practice. Every time, as many times as necessary. It's a practice. I choose to let go right here and now. You can use that as a mantra. And as a matter of fact, before I continue further, I'm releasing a bonus episode with this one. It's a guided meditation for beginners. When you choose to let go, you get closer to your peace. It's in you and it's yours. Just as we choose chaos, we can choose peace. We just have to change what we tell ourselves about meditation. Meditation is practicing patience within and for your mind. The thing is, you have to choose it. And in doing so, you inch towards your higher self. And more thoughts will come, and they'll continue on their way. So let them go. And then let go some more. After some time, you'll arrive at a soft spot. It's a feeling that invites you into another dimension. It pulls you into a realm of eternal, loving energy. This is where you find connection to eternal love and joy. You have found the universe within you. You find that all is well here, and that if you keep doing this, you can heal anything that is plaguing your heart right here. Because this feeling is infinite love for you, and you found it within you. It's a beautiful feeling that only you can cultivate. Imagine this feeling fulfills you so much that you don't need external sources to feed into you because you've become whole here. Imagine that. Meditation is a self-appreciation practice. It's having mercy for all that you are. You feed your heart one day at a time, one meditation at a time. You cultivate humility and love right here and now. And this is where your love of others grows because you've begun to love yourself humbly in the right way. Here you recognize that hope is something you can nurture, and you're pulled inward to observe who you are on the inside. And finally, you feel compassion for all that you are. It's through this practice that you find yourself becoming one, becoming whole. Your wounded self and your higher self meet one another to make peace and call a truce. And it brings you to tears because you start to feel whole in these moments. It's here that you recognize that your ego is part of your protective mechanism and that you can soothe it without allowing it to control you anymore. And even when it does, this practice helps disarm the shame that holds us hostage, making us believe that we aren't good people and that we're unworthy of greatness. But we can dismantle it through this work. Meditation is a self-love practice. You tap into God's truth of you. Through this work, the essence of your heart is set free to help you navigate life and become the best version of yourself. The more and the longer you do this work, the better your life gets. There's a beautiful world inside of us all. We just have to practice mercy for our mind and body to connect to it all. By tapping in, our life must change when we allow God to appear through that eternal loving energy. Spirituality is a journey into your rebirth. You can change your life. When was the last time you showed up for yourself? When was the last time you showed yourself compassion? When was the last time you checked in with yourself about what you want your life to look like in a year or two? Have you ever written a list describing the person you want to become? Lists are aspirational letters to God. You place what you want out into the universe. And while in meditation, ask empowering questions like, who am I? What is life trying to teach me? Who must I become to find fulfillment every day? The answers will come. The universe must answer us because we're inviting the shift in. We're inviting God into our lives to answer these questions and help us become who we want to be. And we're doing the work to clear the fog that negative emotions create. Don't be shy to ask for guidance from your higher self or your soul. In doing all of this work, we come to our own rescue. There is no white knight in shining armor coming to save us. That might work for a little while, but we find ourselves feeling unhappy again for some reason, right? Why? Because only you can fill you up. And the more you fill you up, the less energetic blocks you have, which allows for the answers you're seeking to come. Clarity, prosperity, joy, blessings come into your life. My life dramatically changed with spirituality. And when I started doing it, I wasn't doing it with the intention to gain anything. I just wanted to heal. I was desperate to heal that void. And then the blessings started coming. In doing this work, we're energetically cleansing ourselves. Another empowering question if you're feeling lost or stuck is, how can I serve? This one helps you tap into your gifts. Maybe you're wondering what your passions are. Ask, how can I serve? Be open and curious about the answers. They'll arrive like ideas that pop into your mind. In doing this work, I remembered my love of writing. I've always loved to write from a very young age. It's helped me through the most painful moments of my life. And somewhere along the line, I lost it in a life of distraction, numbing, partying. But this work carried me home. It's as though I remembered who I was. So when I say be open and curious, pay attention to how those ideas make you feel. For example, the concept for spiritual cardio started in 2017. I wanted to start a women's support group where we could get together and have deep conversations about our traumas. Except I didn't want to start it back then because I wanted to provide a way to move us forward, not just get together and commiserate about our pain. So I held off. And fast forward 4 years later, Spiritual Cardio was born in 2021. But back in 2017, when I was thinking of starting the group, the idea felt exciting. It felt like a must. Like I must do this, you know what I mean? Like that. I have to do this one day. But the idea wasn't fully developed. It was in gestation. And throughout those 4 years, it was in the back of my mind. And so I kept doing my inner work. I kept going and going. I was determined to heal. And as a result, I evolved. And I documented everything. My writing got better, and with the writing came clarity, and then the concept for a group became a manual for spiritual cardio. This program wouldn't exist without my persistence, without doing my inner work. My inner world lit up like a kingdom in heaven, all because I chose to finally heal. Because I chose to start paying attention to what my heart really needed, and that was healing. This work is a liberation of your spirit. It unleashes your soul onto your human self and the world. In doing this work, you download universal wisdom into your being, and it comes to you as an inner knowing, or you can call it intuition. You become enlightened. Hey ladies, are you curious about doing your inner work? Are you ready to dig deep and start loving yourself on a spiritual level? Are you interested in reaching a higher level of consciousness? If so, then this may be just what you're looking for. Spiritual Cardio is a course in transformational wisdom that combines traditional spiritual practices with real life experience. At Spiritual Cardio, we heal in community where we can be vulnerable and raw, because when one woman speaks her truth, she begins to heal, and she opens the door for another woman to speak hers. At Spiritual Cardio, every lesson is designed with you in mind. That includes practical tools with relatable real-life examples. At Spiritual Cardio, we help identify and release energetic blocks so that you can become the architect of your destiny. Head over to valeriezapeta.com to read the powerful testimonials from previous clients and register for an upcoming session. Group and one-on-one coaching is available. All sessions are live and in real time. Now back to the show. Spiritual Cardio is a roadmap jam-packed with transformational wisdom, combined with my personal testimony about how spirituality helped me become the best version of myself. It's a 10-week program that walks you through taking the time to get to know yourself deeply, spiritually. And week after week, we come back and discuss what came up for each person. It's traditional spiritual practice combined with relatable life experiences and concrete examples that inspire strength, hope, and faith. The truth is, no one is coming to rescue us. We are the only person standing in the way of becoming the best version of ourselves. What if instead of envisioning negativity or what could go wrong, what if we started envisioning the person we want to be? What would that look like? My mind used to always picture me getting hurt, disappointed, feeling less than. I've had to reprogram it to envision the opposite of all that negative thinking. And as a result, I've created an inner world I never would have imagined. There's no more void to run from. Spirituality connects you to your inner divinity, to your higher self, to your soul and God. And so seeking happiness in external sources doesn't cultivate deep-rooted fulfillment. That's why I started spiritual cardio, because joy is an inside job. Joy is deep-rooted happiness that you cultivated. By calling on God's help from the depths of your heart, you permit yourself to believe in miracles, in divine healing, and in a divine you. As you continue to love and accept the authentic you, your connection to God will only get stronger. And to practice self-love, healthy self-love, is to actively love God. Practicing spirituality is demonstrating compassion for you. And in turn, you can be more compassionate for others. Have you ever been in love? In love, we find joy, and that joy makes us feel closer to God. That love resides in us. You can feel that warmth by going inward. Give yourself permission to feel God's love. What if you gave yourself permission today to give yourself genuine love? What if you give yourself the time of day instead of seeking it from others? And if you're not very spiritual, I understand that all of this might sound like some woo-woo spirituality stuff. But believe me when I say I was never spiritual before doing this work. But my life has transformed because of it. So I know God is real. I know there is a divine, loving, higher power that wants us to let it in. The law of attraction is real. You change yourself and your life changes. It just has to, because when our energy shifts, our life shifts. We do heal. And there will always be a scar, but our wounds aren't the pulse that's dominating our behavior anymore. Our heart and soul is. I'll leave you with this. This work isn't linear or smooth because we make mistakes. A lot of them, actually. Forgive yourself. Apologize to whoever. Examine the triggers and learn from them. And keep going. Shame can hold us hostage if we're not aware of it. It will try to creep back in and tell us we're bad or we're not a good person. So watch out for that. And as we learn about ourselves, the more we can understand ourselves, which results in less personal judgment and that of others. And the more we evolve, self-awareness helps us unlock a world of understanding which promotes compassion and plants seeds of love where we need it most? What if you started loving yourself the way God loves you? What if you started seeing yourself through the eyes of God? What if beyond the noise of trauma and pain, there's a higher level of awareness that wants to help you grow? What if you loved yourself so much that you no longer make time for the things that hold you back, that hurt you, deceive, or manipulate you? What if you were so connected to your intuition that you fully trusted yourself? What if you built an inner empire so strong that no matter how bad life gets, your faith and will is solid and your resilience helps you get back up quicker than the last time? What if you learned your soul so well that your perception of yourself could never be manipulated by anyone? What if that inner truth you've been running from was your saving grace because it led you to your unbreakable spirit? That's what this work does. We build ourselves up one day at a time, no longer hoping to change what was, because every ounce of effort you put into you, your mind, heart, and soul align. Side note, sometimes this work ushers you onto a lonely road. Your leveling up means those who aren't evolving won't keep up. You grow apart and distance becomes an all too familiar pattern as your consciousness rises. You'll find that those you were close to before, you don't really have much in common with anymore. But here's the silver lining. The more you pour love into you, the stronger the connection to your soul, the more joyful you become, and the less and less external validation you need. You'll start seeking only connections that match your vibration. Your circle gets smaller, but your heart expands. It's a trip, but fulfillment in every day is worth all of it. I mean, imagine no longer trying to fill a void. It's easy to get caught up in a survival mode society, filled with distractions and habitual drinking. But where does that get you? And does that fill you up? Yes, this work isn't easy, but it fills you up long term. Be true to what your heart needs. You just can't go wrong there. In doing this work, you're tuning your frequency to a higher vibrational level, and you'll feel the pulse of another dimension inside of you. And the best way to describe that right now is it'll feel like eternal warmth, like a loving energy trying to pull you closer. It almost feels as though you've taken a substance, but it's there for you without the alcohol or drugs. It feels like a piece of heaven in your mind and throughout your body. Let this loving energy relax you and move you into higher consciousness. And if you've made it this far, put your hand over your heart and thank yourself. Your soul is happy you're doing this work because it wants to sync with you. So, as I said earlier, I've created a bonus episode for you. It's a guided meditation for beginners. I know a lot of people think they can't meditate because they can't shut their thoughts off. But meditation isn't about control. It's actually about surrender and letting go. So I've put together an episode to help you navigate the mind while meditating. Listen to it when you're in a place where it's quiet and you'll have some time to relax. Thank you for listening to the Spiritual Cardio Podcast. Please share the show with someone you love and subscribe if you haven't yet. If you want to connect on social media, look for me at Spiritual Cardio. This is Valerie Z. I'll see you guys next time. Peace and blessings, familia. Bye. Hey, thank you for showing up and spending some time with me. If you loved this episode, please make sure to subscribe. And for exclusive content, you can sign up for my newsletter at valeriezapeta.com. I'll see you guys at the next show.